Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your NHL Stanley Cup preview and predictions for game number 1 of the series between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche. It is Wednesday, June 15th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Today's podcast is brought to you by HockeyPicks.com. Sign up today and follow some of the top hockey pickers each and every day right here at HockeyPicks.com. Alright guys, like I've done throughout the entire series, I give you the analytics at first, and then I'll give you my own personal opinion on tonight's game number 1 between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche. And I think I'll let you know who I got winning the Stanley Cup. But if you've been following the Raymond Report, I think you've already know, right? Alright, so tonight, game number 1, let's get to the analytics. Minus 155 is the line, 6 is the total. ATS forecast, system play, going to go with the road dog in this one, and that's Tampa Bay. 3.1 to 2.98, the over-under listed at 6.1. Obviously, both teams are pretty hot since they're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games. But the difference is, look at this, 1-9 to the under for Tampa Bay on the total, while it's 5-5 for Colorado. I did have the Avalanche listed at minus 181 on the Daily Market Value Index, and this is where perception versus reality will kick in. And I'll get to that when I talk about the series. And for the chance of winning this game straight up, 72% for the road dog, Tampa Bay Lightning, compared to 69.2. So both teams coming in hot on the percentage play. And looking at the Kogo, listed at 65%. That's because of this here right here. Last 5 games for Tampa Bay have gone under the total, and that's why you're seeing a bit of a big number here on the Kogo. Kogo stands for a chance of game going over the total. Let's get to that fun fact department. And I'm going to show you a couple of them here. I'll do one for Tampa Bay and one for the Colorado Avalanche. Anytime the Tampa Bay Lightning are on the road and coming off a game where they only allowed 1 goal against the last contest, 10-1 straight up this year on the road. And for Colorado, they've been pretty good against non-conference opponent. 14-2 straight up on home ice this year, but they've been very good on home ice this year. If you look at their record this season on home ice, 37-11, while Tampa Bay, just not as good as Colorado, but 29-21 away from the Amalie Arena. All right, that's the analytics on tonight's game number 1. Let me get to my own personal opinion. As you know, I've taken the Tampa Bay Lightning at the beginning of the series or the Stanley Cup Playoffs to win the Stanley Cup. You laid 100 to win. I believe it was close to 1,100 here. Let me see, 1,150, right? So I did got that going for me on a futures ticket. Looking at tonight's game, here's the thing. You look at the goaltending, and again, I'll say this, I know it sounds like a broken record, but I've said this throughout the series. Anytime you handicap any type of sport, especially hockey, you got to work back end out, right? Goaltending. Francouz for Colorado looks like he's going to get the nod here. Darcy Kemper, in the NHL playoffs, they don't disclose injuries, so, and I'll go back to my old Steve Spurrier card here. Anytime you got, he says, anytime you got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1. And I feel the same way in goaltending. Anytime you got two goalies and you don't know which one you're going to put, but I think you're forced to use Francouz because of the injury, then you don't have 1, right? So, and then you got Vasilevsky. Man, Andre Vasilevsky has been outstanding the last couple of years. Probably the best goalie right now in the world. And that Tampa Bay, check. When it comes to defense, you know what? Colorado's done well. Kel McCarr has been really good in the playoffs. Victor Hedman, same thing. But I still have to give a bit of a nod because I just think Tampa Bay's presence on the defense is a little bit more heavier. When I mean heavier, I mean laying the body. And then when you look at the offense, man, Stamkos, Kucherov, just been outstanding. Especially Kucherov, man, I tell you, sometimes he just takes the game on his shoulder. And Stamkos, like I said, like a fine wine, just gets better with age. And then you look at the muckers, right? I always say, people say the sandpaper of the team. Guys who go in the corner, get their nose dirty. The Corey Perrys, the Braden Point. If Braden Point plays, that's even a bonus. And then you get that, that 3rd and 4th line guys chipping in and scoring goals. And that's where Tampa Bay, to me, is just 2-time defending champion. And to, like Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now, Colorado, no Kadri into the lineup. The series looks like injury from that thumb surgery. And the way, if you look at how these teams got here, right? Who really challenged the Colorado Avalanche, right? They faced Edmonton, they beat them in 4. St. Louis gave a good run. I thought really St. Louis would have won that series. And then the series prior to that, they played the Nashville Predators, right? So it looks like easy street. And I have an old saying, I got this from a football saying, you know, in order to get to the Rose Gardens, you got to walk through the sewer, right? The dirty sewers. And I just think Colorado didn't walk through any dirty sewers. Where you look at Tampa Bay, man, you know, right out of the gate, they get the Toronto Maple Leafs, a very talented team, probably one of the best power plays I've seen in a long time. And, you know, they battled, they got that. I believe it was 7 games. And then they played the Florida Panthers, which I just don't understand. Like Florida, I know I've been tough on Bobrovsky and the goaltending in Florida. But, yeah, the way the Lightning just destroyed them in 4, that was, you know, that was like what they did to Edmonton, right? And then the Rangers, you know, they go into Madison Square Garden, lose the first 2 games, and then go on and win the series in 6. In fact, when you look here, they lost 6-2, 3-2, and then they won the next 4, right? 3-2, 4-1, 3-1, and 2-1. And the one thing with Tampa Bay, man, can they ever smother you when they get into that defensive system, right? So, guys, to me, the only thing I will give respect to Colorado, and it's a couple of things. One, they do very well against non-conference opponent, and Tampa Bay, they've shown to, you know, they always start slow at the gate, but John Cooper, one of the best in-series adjustment coaches, and you got Vasilevsky in the back end. I took a little you know, beer and coffee money on that bookmaker. I think it's plus 1,500 to win in 4. Hey, what's $20? You win $310. So I took Tampa Bay to win in 4, but I got them to win the series. Realistically, I think this could go 5 or 6 games, but again, it's just beer and pizza money on a 4-game sweep, because you get to this point of the year, players just want to win and get onto the golf courses, right? They get tired, and especially if Tampa Bay can go up like 2-0, 3-0, you know, they'll break their will, the Avalanche, and the tents will fold, and it'll probably be done in 4. But again, I think it'll go 5, maybe 6. But I just don't see where Colorado's going to get the excellent goaltending from to really beat this could be a 3-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay, right? I like Tampa Bay to win the series tonight. I'm not going to touch game number 1. I don't think I want to touch this game here tonight. Because of the slow start for Tampa Bay, and because of the record Colorado. And the thing is, guys, just because it's there and it's on the plate doesn't mean you have to bet game number 1. If you really want to get some action on this game, bet the series, bet the outcome of the series. But to me, I think I just watch and wait in game number 1. For myself personally, I got some incentive. I already got some futures tickets, so there's my incentive. But going in game number 1, I would take a wait-and-see approach. Enjoy it for what it is. Evaluate, analyze it, and then game 2, we'll have another report. All right, there you have it. That is my 2 cents on the Stanley Cup Playoff preview between Tampa Bay and Colorado for game number 1 for June 15th. Hopefully it helps you out. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.